Hi, my name is Ida. Today I'm going to try and use up some of my leftover scrap yarn and see if I'll have enough to make a granny stitch sweater vest. This is the yarn that I'm working with. I already tried to do the front panel, so basically the vest is just going to consist of two big granny squares that I'm going to use, one as a front panel and one as the back, and then I'm going to connect it over the shoulders and in the sides. So I think this should be a fairly easy project to kind of freestyle because I'm not using any pattern for this. But let's see if I have enough scraps and if I can get this to be something that I actually want to wear.
We're going to start off by doing a magic circle. If you're new at crocheting or if you're not entirely sure how to do the magic circle, you can go check out my other video where I show in great detail how to do the magic circle. So once you have your magic circle, we're going to do 3 chain stitches. And this counts as our first double crochet. Now we're going to work 3 double crochets into the ring. So we're going to yarn over. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. We're then going to yarn over again and pull through the first 2. And then you're going to yarn over again and pull through the last 2. We're doing another double crochet. And one more. That's it. Then we're going to do 2 chain stitches. 1, 2. And then you're doing 3 more double crochets into the ring. Now we're going to do another 2 chain stitches and then do 3 more double crochets into the ring. Then we're doing another 2 chain stitches. And then for the last one, we're going to do only 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Then we're going to tighten it, pulling on the loose end of the magic circle. And the reason why we only did 2 double crochets at the end was because we started actually doing 4 double crochets here. So we're going to connect it to our first double crochet, which was the chain stitches. So we're going to go in through that hole, then yarn over, and then just do a slip stitch where we pull it directly through the loop. So now we have our first little square. This was the first round. I'm going to continue with this color because I think there'll be enough to do another round with it. And if you want, you can also change your color now, but I'm going to wait until next round. So let's begin round 2. We're going to start by chaining 3 stitches like we did before. Then we're going to do 2 double crochets into the corner. Like this. Now we're going to chain 2 and then do another 3 double crochets into the same corner. Then we're going to move on to the next hole over here and doing 3 double crochets into it. Now that we have 3 double crochets here, we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to put another 3 double crochets into the same space. Alright, so that was the second corner of the second round. Now we're going to move on to the third corner, which is this one here. Then we're going to start by doing 3 double crochets. And then 2 chain stitches. And another 3 double crochets. Then we're moving on to the last corner, doing 3 double crochets. Then we're doing 2 chain stitches. And then another 3 double crochets. And now to end the second round, we're going to do a slip stitch again into the first double crochet that we made. We're going to put the hook directly through this hole and pull up a loop. And then we're just going to bring it directly through the loop on our hook. So this completes the second round, and now I'm going to switch to a different color. So I'm going to just cut the thread, leave a little to weave in. Then I'm going to pull the string directly through the loop. And what I like to do is to weave in the end as I go, because then I don't have a million ends to weave in at the end. So I'm going to weave in the ends now, and then we can begin the third round together. I'm going to start with a new color. I'm going to use this light green. The way I'm going to connect the new yarn is to just go through one of the holes, either the corner hole or the middle hole here. So I'm just going with the corner here. I'm putting my needle through, and then I'm just going to pull the new color through the hole, and I'm going to hold on to this loose end at the back so it doesn't go all the way through. Then I'm going to do 3 chain stitches, and this counts as my first double crochet. Then I'm going to do 2 more double crochets. Then we're doing 2 chain stitches. And then another 3 double crochets. And I'm trying when I'm crocheting here to have the loose end inside of my double crochets so that I can kind of already weave it in while I crochet. So that was another 3. Then I've done 3 double crochets, 2 chain crochets, and another 3 double crochets. Now I'm going to move on to the middle hole here, and then I'm doing 3 double crochets into that one. Then I'm doing 3 double crochets into the next corner. Then I'm doing 2 chain stitches and another 3 double crochets into this corner. So basically what you're doing is in the corner pieces you're going to do 3 double crochets and 2 chain stitches to make the corner, and then another 3 double crochets. And for the middle pieces, you're only going to work 3 double crochets into them. So now I'm going to continue the third round, and then I'll meet you back at the end. So now I'm at the end, and I just need to do a slip stitch to complete the round. And then we're done with round 3. For the 4th round, I'm going to use this dark grey yarn, and I'm just going to insert my hook in one of the corners and pull the new yarn through like I did before. Then I'm going to chain 3 and do 2 double crochets. Then I'm going to chain 2 and do another 3 double crochets. Then I'm moving on to the next space here. Now we have 2 spaces in the middle, and I'm doing 3 double crochets into this. And then basically what you're going to do is to just do 3 double crochets into any of the middle spaces here. So 3 inside this and 3 inside this, and then 3 double crochets, 2 chain stitches and 3 double crochets for the corners like we did before. And then you're just going to continue this way all the way round. So this is a really easy pattern because it's very repetitive. So once you know how to do the first 4 rounds, 3 or 4 rounds, then you basically know how you can continue doing this pattern. And you can just play around with it and change the colors as often as you want, and try and mix and match some of your leftover yarn. I think that's really some of the fun creative part of this process, is to mix the colors and seeing what works and what doesn't work. I found that I kind of like to have a darker color and then a lighter color and then another darker color to kind of break it up a bit. That's what I feel looks good when you kind of do the contrasting colors like this. So now what you're going to do is just to continue making your square as big as you want it, and then I'll meet you back once you're done with your 2 squares. Okay, so this is how far I got last night. It's almost as big as the first square I made. I only need to do a few more rows. So I'm going over to my friend's now, and I think I'm going to bring this because she's crocheting too. So I thought we could do some crocheting together. Alright, so this is how much I've got this far. I've got the 2 granny squares done, and now I'm going to connect the shoulders and to connect the sides as well. And I'm just going to continue doing the granny stitch to connect the 2 pieces together. So when your side looks like this, if you keep going into the next hole, you will make your side smaller and smaller because you go in a hole every time. So instead, I do some chain stitches into the first chain stitch here. I just pull the string through, and then I do 3 chain stitches. And then I move on to the next hole. And by doing this, you make sure that the edge stays straight all the way through. This is what we've got so far. I'm nearly done now. I just connected the pieces with some stitch markers to see how it fits me, and now I'm going to sew it together. Now I've got the 2 sides pinned together with stitch markers, and I'm going to sew it together doing the invisible join. What I'm going to do is to always go in through the back loop. So this one here is the outward facing loop, and this one over here. So just keep sewing in the outward facing loop all the way down. And I'm doing this right sides together, so I have the vest turned inside out right now. So now I've sewn it all the way down, and when you flip it around, your seam is going to look like this. It gives it a very finished look. And now I'm going to move on and do the other side. and do the shoulder parts as well in the same way I did this. This is the final result of the sweater vest. If you want to watch more content like this, check out this other video.